Now, the United Nations agencies have sounded alarm on Sudan's worsening crisis, where about 30 million people need aid and thousands are at an imminent risk of death from malnutrition and disease amidst the ongoing conflict. A recent visit by the top humanitarian officials to Sudan has reiterated the depth of the country's humanitarian crisis. Now, the UNICEF Deputy Executive Director Ted Chaiban visited several areas and interacted with the children in the war-torn area.
Every single Sudanese child has been impacted by violence and is psychologically affected. And yet, in the midst of all this, for the last 2 days, I've been able to go back to the greater Khartoum area and see children and their families returning to their homes, see a water system that's providing 80% of the water needs of Omdurman right next to Khartoum.
According to reports, the United States, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates and Egypt will now hold talks in Washington with the warring parties in Sudan to push for a truce. The meeting aims to implement a plan proposed last month, which includes a 3-month humanitarian truce followed by a permanent ceasefire and a transition to civilian-led governance. Now, the Quad countries are urging the parties to agree to this plan to alleviate the humanitarian crisis in Sudan. In the latest of the series of the ongoing attacks, a drone hit an area near the international airport in Sudan's capital Khartoum on Tuesday. And just a day before the airport was scheduled to resume domestic flights for the first time since the war began in 2023, with no reported casualties. Now, since April of 2023, Sudan has been torn apart by fighting between its regular army and also the paramilitary rapid support forces. The conflict has killed tens of thousands of people and has displaced nearly about 12 million, creating the world's largest displacement and hunger crises. And our correspondent Louisa Olani has sent us this report. Listen in.
Despite repeated ceasefire deals, the violence surges. RSF drones struck Khartoum's airport for the 4th straight day since the first attack targeted the planned resumption of domestic flights, causing major damage. The UN calls RSF actions genocide, yet only a quarter of the $4.2 billion aid plan is funded, with most hospitals in ruins. Sadly, since gaining independence in 1956, Sudan has not enjoyed tangible peace. It has had 20 coup attempts, fragments of fighting, and 2 devastating civil wars that led to the death of millions. Several diplomatic initiatives have all not ended the war as peace talk crumble. Calls for various quarters, including the #Keep Eyes on Sudan, echoes the perceived untold stories of real-time sufferings by Sudanese as pleas for ceasefire and urgent aid continue. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olani, WION World is One.